I'm 32 years old and still not married. Many people think my age isn't that old, and since I'm so pretty, how could no one want me? But as of today, I'm pretty much convinced that I'll never get married in this lifetime. Yesterday, my aunt tried to set me up with a divorced man, and before we even met, he already rejected me. Humph. Who would have thought I've fallen so low that even a divorced man wouldn't give me a second glance? It's downright humiliating. I don't even want to go into the details of why he rejected me, you can probably guess for yourselves. So why are there more and more single women in their 30s and 40s nowadays, swarming everywhere, constantly looking for partners but never finding one? At this point, I can pretty much accept that it's really hard for older single women like me to find someone and get married. No man likes a woman in her 30s an old maid. Can I just accept that my life is basically over, and staying unmarried is my inevitable fate? I'll resign myself to it. At worst, I'll just grow old alone with my parents. Some of my childhood friends' oldest kids are already in middle school. Back in the day, I even joked that by the time their kids got married, I might still be single. Who knew that joke would actually come true? So now, should I just start planning for retirement? After all, I'm in my 30s, in a few years I'll be pushing 50. I really should start preparing early. I'll have to think hard about this when I get home. VVV. I really do advise girls to marry earlier. At my age, getting married is becoming harder and harder. I'm already 32 this year, no marriage, no kids. At this point, I'm pretty sure I'll never get married in this lifetime. Aside from being older, the main issue is that I've already missed the best age for having children. Nowadays, any decent man wouldn't want an older woman. I really regret not marrying sooner. Looking back now, I'm filled with so much regret it's unbearable. Back when I was young, the guys chasing me could have lined up all the way to the Great Wall, and I wouldn't have given them a second glance. But now? Even if you pursue them first, or even throw yourself at them, men won't spare you a look. The difference is like night and day. They say a woman's life isn't complete without marriage and children. Now that I think about it, if I really end up unwanted and unmarried, then when I'm old I'll have no one by my side, no partner, just growing old alone. Ugh, that's just too terrifying. I used to think, forget it, I'll just stay single and childless, grow old alone, and that's that. But now I feel like for my parents' sake at least I should find someone. At the very least, when my parents are older and when I'm older, I'll have someone by my side, someone to help take care of my parents and take care of me. Like my mom says, we're not asking for much, just a living, breathing man who knows to run home when it rains. That's enough. Who would you marry, a 26-year-old divorcee or a 36-year-old never-married woman? In the past, people generally believed that a never-married woman was always a better choice than a divorcee, no matter what. But today, many people's opinions might completely your expectations. Online surveys show that many men would rather choose a 26-year-old divorcee than a 36-year-old never-married woman. What's their reasoning? If a woman is 36 and still unmarried, there must be something wrong with her conditions or personality. At 36, she's considered an older mother, and leftover women are often seen as difficult to get along with. Though harsh, these words can wound many older single women. In reality, there's nothing wrong with staying unmarried if you haven't met the right person. But the truth is, unless you're prepared to grow old alone, you can't escape being compared and judged. Today, leftover women aren't just competing with younger girls, they're also up against younger divorcees. Trapped between two fronts, they face double the pressure. Many men's first impression of older single women is that they're too practical. Their demands often include a house, a car, money. What do you do? How much do you earn each month? Will you live with your parents after marriage? To them, marriage seems like a transaction. Meet the conditions and marry, fail to meet them and break up. Many men aren't eager to marry such women. After all, men have their own thoughts. If I meet those standards, why would I choose an older single woman? Wouldn't a younger girl be a better option? On the other hand, older single women are often seen as harder to get along with than divorcees. High standards, older single women have seen through romantic pursuits and games. They have higher expectations and more demands for men. Even though they're older, they can't compare to divorcees in some ways. Divorcees are often seen as more charming, easier to communicate with, and less demanding, making them more approachable. Experience matters. Some men believe that even if a divorcee has flaws, she's been through life's trials, making future relationships smoother. Some argue that leftover women remain single because they're too exceptional. But the reality? Which dish at the dinner table is left uneaten because it's too delicious? Most older single women remain unmarried because they're stuck in the middle, unwilling to settle after years of waiting, yet unable to secure what they truly want. Here's an unflattering. Like vegetables at the market, if they aren't sold while fresh and don't get discounted, they'll eventually become priced but unwanted. I'm saying all this not to criticize but to remind older single women. Many Gen Z girls are already married. Youth comes with its own advantages. Divorcees are often more mature and pragmatic. If you don't reflect, adjust your mindset and adapt to the times, the challenges will only grow tougher each year. Let go of unrealistic expectations. Improve where you need to. Fix your flaws before it's too late. Fight your way through and strive for a better life. Think about it, shouldn't you find a partner for your parents' sake if not your own? At the very least, when your parents grow old or when you grow old, there'll be someone by your side to care for them and for you. As my mom says, we're not asking for much, just a living, breathing man who knows to run home when it rains. That's enough. Men in China are now teaching the dating market a lesson with their revenge singlehood. I just looked at the data from the 7th National Population Census, and there are over 30 million more single men than women nationwide. The current ratio of unmarried men to women in China is 13:9, and in rural areas the ratio for older unmarried men and women has reached 13:2. What does this mean? Many people say that today's dating market in China is like a scam in northern Myanmar. Spend 3,000 yuan on a relationship, and you won't even get a kind word in return, but spend 3,000 yuan on your parents, and they'll be moved to tears. Fundamentally, I think this is a crisis of trust between men and women. Our generation seems to be in a state of sexual repression. Every human being has the need and desire to love and be loved. But now no one believes they can meet someone sincere anymore, so they've just given up, they've stopped dating altogether. And then they realize, life actually gets better. Even on a monthly salary of 5,000 or 6,000 yuan, they can start saving money. Everyone thinks dating is high risk with low returns, but let's be honest, even if you don't date, life is full of other risks. Like failing at starting a business, losing your job, or getting scammed while shopping. Risks are everywhere. All we can do is improve our ability to withstand them, like sharpening our insight in relationships, learning how to nurture intimacy, and strengthening our self-protection skills. As I always say, extremes lead to reversal. Love will always be a human need and instinct. Instead of suppressing it, why not better yourself to embrace it? Give yourself a little more happiness in life. I was born in 1990, so I'm 35 this year, unmarried and childless so far. Sometimes, damn it, I feel truly lonely. Like bone-deep lonely. I mean, what woman doesn't yearn for love? What woman doesn't long for a family? But when I look at all the relationships and marriages around me, not a single one is the kind of dynamic I'd want for myself. All I see is chaos and drama, and I think to myself, damn, I'm lucky. I didn't drag myself into the mess of marriage or family life. You know what they say, the best form of self-discipline for an adult is not having kids recklessly and not marrying carelessly. I'm sure a lot of people would come at me for this, calling me shameless, calling me selfish. Oh, you only think about yourself. You don't care about your parents, just your own freedom and happiness. But no, sweetheart. The reason I'm not married is that I take responsibility too seriously. I don't want to ruin someone else's life. Still, it does get lonely. Who doesn't want to feel warmth? Who doesn't wish for someone to warm up the bed on a freezing cold night, right? But I've seen the truth about human nature, the complications behind so-called love. So I want to ask those who are married, after tying the knot, do you still feel lonely? And my second question is, if you could do it all over again, would you still choose marriage? I was born in 1989, and I'm now 36 years old. I've never been married, never had children, and don't even have a partner. I've always been single. My daily routine is basically just going to work and coming home. I'm not afraid to admit it, but my social circle is so small that after work I have no friends, no close girlfriends. Wherever I go, I'm always alone, keeping to myself. In recent years, the loneliness has grown stronger. I can't even find someone to talk to. Every time I call my parents, the first thing they bring up is pressuring me to get married. After each call, my mood sinks and I feel lost about how to live my life in the future. People need companionship, no matter the time. During holidays and New Year, my friends are all at home with their husbands or children. I can't even find someone to talk to. Some married friends say they envy my single life, but the truth is I envy their lively, warm households even more. I was born in 1988, single and never married. I hold a master's degree and run my own company. I've always believed that being self-reliant and earning my own money is a mark of excellence. But at this age, the setbacks I've faced in the dating market have made me realize something I can now openly share with younger women. Whether it's men your own age or younger, they will discriminate against you because of your age. And this kind of discrimination seems to be socially accepted, as if you somehow deserve it. Another harsh reality is that very few people your age are still single. So perhaps the best outcome you can hope for is to prepare yourself for the possibility of growing old alone. Just came out of a matchmaking park, and it completely overturned my perception. Almost everyone there was female. If my mom found out, she'd be so anxious she wouldn't sleep for days. Aren't there supposed to be 30 million single men in China? Is everyone just giving up on finding a wife now? Single brothers out there, why aren't you coming to Chongqing to find a wife? There are 300,000 single women here who can't find a partner, and we're the only city in the country with no bride price tradition. Many families even provide dowries when their daughters marry. Plus, Chongqing girls are famously beautiful, virtuous, and hardworking. They build their own careers and don't need you to support them. Instead of looking for wives here, some of you are going to Vietnam, Laos, Myanmar, or even Africa to find partners. What are you thinking? You spend 200,000 yuan to bring someone home, only for them to run away, leaving you with nothing. My suggestion? Seriously, give Chongqing a try. You might just meet your destiny here. Recently, I've noticed a phenomenon. There are more and more single women of older age, and many people are starting to feel anxious about this. Well, it seems like men these days have become more cautious. They're no longer willing to easily foot the bill for relationships, nor are they eager to be the fallback option. And then some women start complaining, right? Hey men, aren't you considerate enough? Don't you know how to care for others? Don't you respect women? But didn't you say you wanted to be an independent woman? If you like something, buy it yourself, right? In the past, some women relied on dating multiple men to receive gifts and let men spend money on them. Some even hoped to improve their financial situation through marriage. But now I'm telling you, this path is becoming harder and harder to take. I'm not exaggerating. In the end, you might just end up pinning your hopes on blind dates, waiting for the day some clueless CEO type will come and save you. But the reality is you're not young anymore, right? You have no house, no car, no savings, right? And then you blame men for only telling harsh truths and making you anxious. The truth is, women, your anxiety is self-inflicted, while men's anxiety is often forced upon them by women. Older single women, if no one is willing to be their fallback, and they refuse to lower their living standards, will naturally feel anxious about things like future retirement and the pressure of cutting back on spending. But for older single men, as long as you let go of the obligation to marry, you'll actually feel much more relaxed. The only men who might still feel anxious are those who work hard, save up to marry, only to end up with a high-maintenance wife, leaving their post-marriage life in complete chaos.